It sits beside your sink. Bright. Soft. Soaking wet. You grab it without thinking. Every morning, every night. To clean the dishes. To wipe the counter. To make your kitchen feel fresh again. But what if that small, friendly sponge is actually the dirtiest object in your entire kitchen? Not the trash can. Not the cutting board. Not even the sink. The real danger is soft, square, and always within reach. This is the hidden story of the kitchen sponge. Long before we had factories and plastic, people cleaned with nature. The first sponges weren't man-made. They were alive, harvested from the ocean. For centuries, natural sea sponges were prized for their softness and absorbency. The Greeks, Romans, even ancient Egyptians used them to wash, clean, and even bathe. But as the world modernized, demand grew, and the oceans couldn't keep up. In the early 1900s, scientists developed a new kind of sponge. Synthetic, made from cellulose, foam, and polyester. It was cheap, lightweight, and easy to mass produce. By the 1950s, the kitchen sponge had found its home, beside the sink in millions of households. What began as a living organism at the bottom of the sea had transformed into a disposable, daily tool in almost every modern kitchen. To bacteria, your kitchen sponge is a 5-star resort. It's everything they need, in one soft, squishy package. Moisture? Always. After all, a sponge is designed to soak and hold water. Warmth? Constant. It lives near heat, near dishwashers, stoves, and warm hands. Food? Plenty. Tiny crumbs. Oils. Invisible bits of meat and dairy get trapped deep inside its pores. And here's the worst part. Most people never clean their sponge properly. Some rinse it. Some squeeze it out. But few truly sanitize it. And even fewer replace it often enough. To us, it's just a tool. To bacteria, it's a paradise. In 2017, a group of German microbiologists set out to answer a simple question. How dirty is the average kitchen sponge? They collected used sponges from ordinary households. Not from restaurants or hospitals, just regular homes. Under the microscope, they didn't find a few bacteria. They found an entire microbial metropolis. Over 360 distinct species of bacteria. Living, breeding, and thriving deep inside the sponge's porous structure. But it wasn't just the variety. It was the density. 1 cubic inch of sponge contained up to 82 billion bacterial cells. More than you'd find in human sewage. The conclusion was clear. The kitchen sponge isn't just dirty. It's one of the densest reservoirs of active bacteria anywhere in the home. It's small. It fits in your palm. You might even call it clean. But inside it holds billions. Scientists estimate that a single kitchen sponge can contain up to 82 billion bacteria. That's more than the number of stars in the Milky Way. More than the number of people who've ever lived. More than you can imagine. Packed into something the size of a folded napkin. Why so many? Because sponges aren't flat. They're filled with tiny pores, microscopic caves where bacteria settle in, multiply, and build colonies. Each one, protected from soap, rinses, and air. From the outside, it looks like foam. From the inside, it's a universe teeming with life. Not all bacteria are created equal. Some just live quietly on your sponge. Others can make you seriously sick. Let's meet 3 of the most common and most dangerous guests hiding in your kitchen sponge. E. coli, short for Escherichia coli. Normally found in the intestines of humans and animals. But when it ends up in your food, it can cause diarrhea, vomiting, and in severe cases kidney failure. Salmonella, often linked to raw poultry and eggs. But it also thrives in moist, dirty environments like an old sponge. Symptoms? Nausea, cramps, fever, sometimes hospitalization. Staphylococcus aureus, or simply staph. This bacteria lives on human skin and spreads easily. It can cause skin infections, food poisoning, and even deadly complications if it enters the bloodstream. You can't see them. You can't smell them. But they may be on the very thing you use to clean your dishes. You scrub. You wipe. You rinse. You think you're cleaning your kitchen. But what if you're actually spreading bacteria? That sponge, soaked with billions of microbes, doesn't just sit still. Every time you drag it across a plate or countertop, you're leaving behind an invisible trail. A smear of E. coli here. A sprinkle of staph there. Microscopic bacteria cling to surfaces, utensils, and even your hands. The more you wipe, the wider the contamination spreads. From one dish, to the sink, to the cutting board, to you. It's not just ineffective. It's dangerous. What you think is clean might actually be crawling. You've probably heard the tip. Just microwave your sponge, it'll kill the germs. And yes, it does kill some of them. But here's what the studies actually show. Microwaving, boiling, soaking in vinegar or bleach. These methods only eliminate the weakest bacteria. The resilient ones, the ones that matter most, they survive, and they adapt. In fact, the 2017 German study found that regular microwave sanitizing doesn't disinfect the sponge. It selectively wipes out the competition, leaving behind the toughest, most dangerous bacteria to multiply faster than ever. So instead of cleaning your sponge, you may be creating a breeding ground for superbugs. In nature, the weak die, the strong survive. And inside your sponge, the same rule applies. When you microwave or rinse your sponge, you might think you're winning the battle. But in reality, you're just training the enemy. The gentler bacteria gone. But the survivors? They're tougher, smarter, more resistant. Over time, this cycle breeds a stronger microbial army. Strains that can withstand heat, chemicals, and even antibiotics. These are known as antibiotic-resistant bacteria, and they're one of the greatest threats to global health today. And the scary part? They don't come from hospitals or science labs. They can start right in your kitchen, inside a sponge you've used for weeks. So what can you do? If the sponge is the problem, maybe it's time to let it go. The good news is, you have options. Dish brushes, with stiff bristles and upright designs, they dry quickly and don't trap moisture. Silicone scrubbers, flexible, easy to rinse, and naturally resistant to bacteria. Reusable cloths, soft, effective, and machine washable at high temperatures. These tools don't just clean better, they stay cleaner. And they last longer than the average sponge. It's a small shift in your routine, but a big step toward a safer, more hygienic kitchen. Sometimes the simplest change makes the biggest difference. We get it, habits are hard to break. If you're still using a kitchen sponge, here's how to stay safer. Never use it on countertops. Those surfaces need to stay clean, not smeared with yesterday's bacteria. Never wipe up raw meat, eggs, or dairy. That's how dangerous pathogens spread, quickly and invisibly. Always wash your hands after touching the sponge. It might feel clean, but it's anything but. And whatever you do, don't use the same sponge for days or weeks on end. Treat it like raw chicken. Handle with care. Keep it separate. Don't let it touch what matters. Here's the bottom line. Replace your sponge at least once a week. No excuses. No shortcuts. No, but it still looks fine. Because by the time it smells, by the time it tears, by the time it turns dark or slimy, it's already filled with billions of bacteria. Even if it looks okay, even if you rinse it daily, a sponge is not meant to last. It's cheap to buy, but costly to ignore. So mark your calendar. Set a reminder. And when in doubt, throw it out. It's small. It's ordinary. It costs less than a cup of coffee. But the kitchen sponge, this everyday object, can quietly become a threat to your health and your home. It doesn't beep. It doesn't smell the alarm. It just sits there, damp, friendly, familiar. And that's what makes it so dangerous. Because the things we overlook, the things we stop noticing, are often the ones that hurt us the most. Not through force, but through neglect. The sponge is more than just foam. It's a symbol of convenience over caution, of habit over awareness. Now you know the truth. And with that knowledge comes power. So the next time you reach for that sponge, ask yourself, is it time to clean the dishes? Or to clean up the way we clean? Because real cleanliness starts with what we can't see.